This is a place.
This is the place?
This is a place. We want to talk about. This is a place. Welcome to this week's episode of This is a Place podcast. My name is Nate, and with me is a guy who loves almond milk because it's not like any other milk. Brandon.
Oh boy.
I tried really hard to come up with a corny joke.
It's going to be a long one, isn't it?
Hey, can I ask you a question? Not now.
And there you have it, folks.
I'll be here all week.
Nate plays pickleball, and he writes puns.
Or steals them. Like, does anybody ever really come up with their own jokes? Or is it just something that they heard and they remember? Right? For the most part.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's why the comedians that are the funniest are the ones who just tell funny stories that have happened to them.
But then you got to have the funny stories to tell.
There always seems to be a funny story.
It's all about the delivery.
That's right. Timing, right? BYU season tickets came in the mail yesterday.
Nice.
So that's shortly upon us.
20-something days.
I want to say high school football starts this weekend. So it's kind of like, it's like the best time of the year. But also, to be honest with you, it makes me a little depressed because what comes at the tail end of football season? Snow.
The winter.
The winter. And it just doesn't put me into depression, but it just makes me sad. Which brings up a good point. Did I tell you that somebody stole my antidepressant medicine the other day? I hope they're happy.
There he goes again.
There he goes. It never ends. Never stops. Yeah, just excited for football to start. And I have some bad news as well. We're losing one of our 12 listeners for the next 2 years. Mm-hmm. As of, I think, yesterday. So our download count will probably go down a little bit over the next 2 years.
Unless he breaks the mission rules.
We need to get him some stickers to put on his materials so he can do some little advertising in Alabama for us.
I mean, we've got a huge market out there, so.
Huge following. Huge.
We have 16 downloads in Birmingham, Alabama alone.
How much?
16. Might so happen that I have a brother that's living in Birmingham, Alabama right now.
Really?
Could be the reason why, but 16, I mean,
I doubt it. He wouldn't listen to us.
The people in Alabama are going to be really excited to hear this episode, which is all about a cute little nut shop in Bluffdale, Utah.
Called the Nut Garden.
Is it appropriate to call it cute?
It's kind of set up, what I dare say, boutique style, the storefront. Like, it's a little bit of your fancier snack shop. So, yeah, cute works.
Not only were we talking about it, we got to speak with the man, the myth, the legend, the owner himself.
So let's listen to what Brett has to say. So today we have Brett Davis on with us, and he is the owner and operator of the Nut Garden. Is that correct?
That's true.
Cool.
Well, maybe I should say on paper I am, but my wife actually is.
Well, that goes without saying. That's in everything.
Oh, yeah, true.
Well, before we dive in to what the Nut Garden is, Brett, do you want to give us a quick bio of who you are, like where you grew up, what you've been doing your whole life?
Yeah, all right. I am from Boise, Idaho, and I moved here just for fun I was only planning on being here for 3 months and ended up staying. And found my wife here. We have 8 kids, a couple of autistic kids, and then a couple we're not sure. Uh, I just kind of fell into I didn't know what I was going to do. I don't know if you guys remember the Nutty Guys was a business like mine. I was a distributor for them,
Sounds
and
really familiar.
yeah, they were in like Smith's and a lot of grocery stores,
That makes
all
sense.
the
So I probably
hospitals.
saw like their signs and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, I think we were in all the hospitals, but I distributed their product and just their product. So they eventually went bankrupt and out of business, and I still had my distributing business and customers. So either I went out of business with them or I started my own thing. And so the Nut Garden was born about 5 years ago.
So what is the Nut Garden?
Okay. So we have initially it was a distribution business. We packaged snack food, mostly nuts, and then we got into candy and chocolate covered stuff. And then our customers called us and said, "Don't bring that healthy stuff to us. Just bring the chocolate." So now we have a chocolate rover. We make our own chocolate. We import our chocolate. It's Belgian chocolate, really delicious. When you say Belgium, that really impresses people, but it is good chocolate. And now we have a storefront. I moved to Bluffdale, our warehouse, and I play pickleball with you, Nate, and I was passing this warehouse every day playing pickleball. There was a big for sale sign out, and I was looking for a warehouse, not seeing that for sale sign. My wife found it on KSL, and perfect fit.
So you drove by it every day, didn't notice it, and your wife's like, "Hey, go check out this place." You're like, "I know where that is."
Yeah, I'm like, how did I miss that every day? And that's the perfect spot. And that was one of the reasons we moved here. Like, so convenient. Oh, we put a couple showers in the building. Sorry about that. So that I would play pickleball in the morning with you, and then I will come a block away to the Nut Garden, and I have my showers here and take a shower, get to work.
That would be nice to have your work right next to a pickleball court, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
And then having the showers too. I mean, I only shower like once a week, so it doesn't really matter to me about the showers. But
Yeah, we actually have 2 showers in the building, and I'm the only one that uses. But we have an upstairs and downstairs, and if you put one upstairs, you have to put one downstairs because of ADA,
really,
Americans with Disabilities. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So-
I told them, we just won't hire anybody with a disability, and then they have some.
Problem solved.
So since you have the showers, they're accessible to customers?
If you really
Because
want
that makes it a pretty cool. You've got the water features in the garden. It's like a whole theme.
Oh yeah. No, nobody's ever asked, but I wouldn't deny anybody if they want to come.
You shouldn't have told Nate. Now he knows. He's gonna have 2 showers a week.
Well, I know I go to the Taylorsville gym, rec center, and they started charging you if you wanted to use the showers. So there's money to be made there, Brett.
Yeah, that's a new revenue stream I could take a look at.
Yeah. Well, you should just advertise to all of us over there at
there you go.
the pickleball courts, and then we can play a little longer, knowing we can just shower at your place and head into work.
Yeah, I need to do that. I need to get the pickleball guys out to the Nut Garden. Anyway, but it's a cool little store. You've been there, Nate.
Yeah, a few times, and my wife can't stop talking about it. So
Yeah, I mean, we had this little girl that her dad called us once and said, "Hey, my daughter is obsessed with the Nut Garden, and she's drawn a picture, and we want to give her a birthday party, a tour of the Nut Garden." So we gave her a T-shirt, a tour, and she drew a really detailed picture. She brought it to us. I should post it online, but a really detailed picture of the Nut Garden in all of its glory.
yeah, send that to us, and we'll post that on the Facebook post. That'd be cool.
All right.
Yeah, I brought the whole family in about 2-3 months ago, and you have it's funny.
Yeah,
I
met Rocky.
Yeah, I got
and
Rocky and Bronco.
And I was like the first one to ever guess where their names come from, right?
You're right. They always think Colorado, but I'm like, nope, has to do.
Yeah.
Well, you're from Boise, so the Broncos probably was easy. It's funny, Bronco. will only watch two sports, either the Denver Broncos or the Boise State Broncos. Those are the only two teams he'll watch. And I will take him to the BYU Boise State games, and it's comical. He gets pretty obnoxious, even though he has no idea what's going on. But he just loves the fact when Boise State's beating up on BYU. But I was going to bring up the point. So you have nuts, obviously. You have candy. You have chocolate. You can make your own peanut butter.
Yeah, so we have exciting nut butters. It's not just like we've got peanut and almond, and then we've got like butterscotch brickle with pecans and cashews and butterscotch, cinnamon, mint chocolate. And yeah, you can just do them right there. They come out nice and warm. And we'll sample them out if anybody comes by. That's kind of makes us a little bit unique. You know, a lot of the things that we have, you know, you can get nuts at a lot of stores, but the nut butter we have is unique.
And good.
It's
fresh. But one thing I noticed at your store that I thought was kind of comical is you have this big gummy bear. And on the package, if it's still there, it says world's largest gummy bear. But next to it, you have an even bigger gummy bear. So I'm like, oh, that package is lying.
They come from the same company, too.
Oh,
the
really?
World's largest and the one that's larger. And the one that's it's 25 pounds. It's so heavy it started leaking out the packaging. So it's not for sale anymore. It'll just be there forever.
Oh, bummer.
But we have a lot of little Easter eggs in the nut garden that people don't notice. But in the corner, there's a apricot baby, a baby made out of apricots.
Huh.
And then in another corner, there's a woman made out of pecans. And then if you look up, there's nobody's ever commented on this, but I thought it was clever when I put it up. So it says there's this big thing that says nuts, and it ends in two Z's, just so I can fit into the jazz buzz tubs, not tubs.
I don't know if I care about the jazz
anymore. It's just for my own indulgence because I don't think anybody's noticed.
So where did you get the apricot baby and the pecan lady?
It was a gift. Somebody that works with me made me. It's a vinyl apricot baby.
Oh, okay.
With, real apricots, and then a vinyl pecan woman. There's also a tree made out of pumpkin seeds, but it's not very accessible. It's covered.
So you have your warehouse / storefront. Do you have? I know you do because I've seen one, and it took me forever to realize it was you. One of my favorite stores, the NPS store, has a stand of the Nut Garden. And it's been there for years, and then it wasn't until I went to your location, like, oh, that's what the Nut Garden is. But do you have any stands besides the NPS store in other locations that you can get your product at?
Yeah. So, that was my original business. So we're in all of the University of Utah pharmacies. We're in Gosner Milk, and they sell a ton of it, like probably more than we sell at our store. They sell our product.
Wow.
So we just kind of the little mom and pop shops. We've been in Smith's. That didn't work out well. But like Town and Country, Great Harvest, independent stores we're in. But I would say University of Utah, their cafeteria. I don't know. We're all over the place.
And then do you supply products for other companies?
Yes. Let's see. Oh yeah. Associated Foods, they have a product line called something fresh, Farm Fresh, and we manufacture and package that.
Okay.
Sell it to them.
So you said you manufacture your own chocolate, and so is the truffles, do you guys make the truffles, or is that a partnership with another company?
Yeah, so Utah Truffles, Mrs. Cull's Caramels, they are pretty big now, and they're in Costco, and Sam's Club, and Walmart. And when they met with us, they kind of just don't want to deal with humans. They said, if a machine can't do it, we want to give the business to you. And so, like anything if you were to order directly from them, you'd have to spend £10,000 or $10,000, or they send you to the Nut Garden. to put in an order. So they gave us a ton of business. We're really grateful to Utah Truffles, and their product is great. I mean, people love it. People with Airbnbs, love it because it says Utah on it, and they put them on people's pillows. And then we also have the Utah Truffles second sale. So everything that, I think some of it is close to Best Buy date. Some of it just got rejected by Costco or Walmart for any weird reason. And so we have pallets of their chocolate and caramels that we sell super cheap, like $1 a bag cheap.
Yeah. So that's I think. And what days do you do those super sales?
So the second Saturday of every month. Second Saturday. Yeah. We call them the second sale because it's seconds of the Utah Truffles, and that's how we remember it.
And if you're listening to this when it comes out, that's going to be this Saturday.
So this Saturday, yeah, we've got thousands of pounds of good chocolate that we just want to get rid of. Yeah, people come in and they'll carry out like 50, 100 bags of truffles or caramels. If it's $1, not much to lose. It's good. It's Utah Truffles.
Yeah, I think we have marked on our calendar the second Saturday of every month. The problem is now we're getting what do you call it, stockpile of your candy, but it's still hard not to go in there and buy even more because it's such a good deal. So if you're like me, and number one, love a good deal, that's my big thing. I love deals, and I love candy, so it's a win-win for me.
Great opportunity to stock up for winter, like squirrels do, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but that is the danger. Like, people stock up a ton, and I guess they give them for gifts. But you can only eat so much chocolate and caramels. I mean, you can eat a lot, but it gets to be unhealthy. So buy as much as you want, but I don't recommend just sitting and eating. I did that one year, and I ended up a little bit more overweight and a little bit depressed. And then I learned. That was 3 years ago. Now I really pace myself once in a great while.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard to do that, especially when it's so good and so cheap. So much of it.
So I bring up the squirrels. I've only seen one other place that does nut sorting. Do you guys use squirrels to sort your nuts? Because I know they're really good at getting the nut out of the shell.
We have a squirrel coming named Bezos. My wife has got this squirrel puppet. I mean, this is a fancy puppet. And he is coming to live at the Nut Garden and to make his little podcasts. And his expertise is cracking nuts.
Yes.
So we'll use him.
I'd like to see that, Brett. I would just like to see you out front of your store in a squirrel mascot costume, flagging people down.
Yeah, I think we're going to put some real personality in the Night Garden. Once the squirrel's name is Bezos, after Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
So hopefully that correlation drives those numbers up.
Our goal is to get Jeff Bezos to come out and visit.
I think it could happen, especially after being on this podcast. I think
one
of our listeners.
Yeah. Well, that was the hope. I mean, Nate's guaranteeing me like several hundred customers to the store this Saturday.
Easy.
Thousands.
We only have like 12 listeners, but I'm sure those 12 will tell their 2 friends and so on.
Yeah, like a pyramid thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have a serious question. A nut store is interesting to someone like me. My wife's allergic to most nuts. I'm allergic to cashews. Do you have any kind of separation ability to cater to those people that want other things?
So we actually have a lot of healthy stuff in here. Like nuts are, considered healthy.
Right.
But Clean Simple Eats, well, we're almost like a Utah's own store because we sell to people like Built Bar. We sell them nuts, Clean Simple Eats, and we sell a lot of stuff to local places. And if we can carry their stuff, we have Gosner milk too. So we have the root beer milk and so if we can carry their stuff, we want to. So it's turned out we have a lot of protein powders and healthy granola bars, the Built bars, and then there's these OM Power bars that are pretty popular. We try to keep the prices as competitive as. In fact, we're the cheapest place to get clean, simple eats. Even the owners come here to buy their own stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. When they run out, they come to the Nut Garden.
It's not just nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably not even majority nuts. I mean, we try to go with the nut theme, but a lot of gummies actually.
Oh.
We started 2 new brands called Nut Gut, which is the nut butter, and then Sweetables, which is just these giftable candies in jars. And they've done well. We've been pushing those. I mean, everybody seems to love gummies. So we have
gummies.
We have like 70 different types of gummies.
Yeah.
So if you love gummies, come by. You love gummies, don't you, Nate?
If it has sugar in it, then yes.
Yeah.
It's one of the main food groups, gummies.
One of my food groups. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can definitely find sugar, but you can find healthy stuff. And a lot of people come like just to get the healthy stuff. And that's sometimes sad because there's so much more.
The really good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested. Where did you come up with the name and the logo? Where did that come from?
Okay, my wife again. I mean, we were. It's like the Nutty Guys is what it was before.
Right.
I think a good name. If my name was Nate's Nuts, I thought would be a good name.
Nate's Nuts.
But yeah, we went through a ton of different names, and it's not easy coming up with the name. I wish I could take credit for it. And then she made the logo. Thus, she's the boss.
So she's the squirrel doing all the work, is what you're saying.
Yep. Yeah. She does the website. Oh, yeah. The website. She does the website, too. And it's a pretty fun little website. Have you guys been?
I went to it just a couple minutes ago to check it out.
Yeah, there's a little squirrel on there for you. You seem to like the squirrel with the shopping cart. A real squirrel. Just about everything in the store is online. You can order. And you can order for pickup. So you don't have to like have it shipped. Just order and pick it up at the store whenever you are out this way.
Yeah, I mean the good and the bad is that you're conveniently located off of Bangor Highway, but the bad is that you're kind of like in a newer commercial area that's kind of getting its start. So
yeah,
it can be hard. It can be easy to miss. I mean, when you're driving.
It's true. People might think we're just a warehouse, so we put something on there that says open to the public, and then it's not like a shopping center. When people come to our store, I think they really enjoy it. I think we do well in a shopping center, but you kind of have to want to go to the Nut Garden to go. It's not something you just wander off the street.
Yeah, I mean, I think over the next few years, that area, from what I've heard, there's a lot of commercial coming in that area. I mean, Arctic Circle came in across the street.
I know you guys love Arctic Circle. Yeah.
Food, yes, I love food. And I believe there's a gas station coming in across the street. It might be a Maverick or Holiday.
There was. I'm not positive. There was supposed to be a Swig over here too, which would bring a ton of people. They're always just packed.
Well, they should put one just in your parking lot, and then you can.
I know. I thought of putting one out. We thought of doing pop. I was going to do ice cream too, or almond milk ice cream. Yeah. So people with dairy allergies can come in and eat the almond milk ice cream. We might still do that. That's future possibility.
Sounds good. Well, that kind
just put a Swig inside your building.
There you go.
Yeah, I do have soda in my building. I don't know if we have room for a Swig, but that would be cool.
So my last question would be, you get asked in interviews all the time, what's your 5-year goal? What's your big plan? Like if you're shooting for the stars for your company, do you plan to expand? Just keep it small? What is the goals?
I do not love. That's what happened to the Nutty Guys. They grew out of business, and I do want to grow. I don't want to leave Utah too badly. I try to keep everything local, but we are getting a lot more. I mean, we've sent stuff to the UK and to Hawaii. I guess they don't have a lot of nuts there.
Just macadamia nuts.
So my 5-year goal, I guess, is probably to have I want the store to do really well. I want that's the funnest part of it, is people coming into the store and enjoying it. So I would like the store to be busy at all times, to pay the rent, to pay for everything. And then right now the distribution business carries us. I want the store to carry us. So my goals aren't that huge and grand and lofty. I want some freedom in my life. Like the nut garden kind of runs me right now. And I gotta, provide for 8 kids and all that. So I want to play more pickleball. My goal is to be like Nate.
I think that's all of our goals is how do we play
every day.
I know I've been complaining this last few months because work has actually gotten busy. It's always been busy, but it's gotten busier, but it takes away from pickleball. So I'm making more money, and I'm complaining about it because it's taken away from my pickleball hours. But, anything else?
No, I appreciate you guys doing this. It's any little thing to get the word out is good. It's getting busier, and it's really growing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about getting the word out about at least the sale that you have every second Saturday, because if I don't get there early enough, then I miss out on the good stuff. But for you, I will let people know about it, and maybe I'll just have to text you ahead of time.
It's just chocolate and caramels, so like
2 of my favorite things.
And we've got pallets and pallets of it, so I think you're good still.
I like the ones you had were the toffee ones.
Yeah.
The big box of toffee ones. Oh, so good.
Have you finished your box?
I think we're almost done with the first box we bought like a few months ago.
And it was like a 200-piece box, right?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. It was like $10. So I remember the first.
We don't have those anymore. That was a one-time deal there.
That's what's a bummer. But you still have like the salted caramels. You still have the toffee ones, but they're in the individual bags.
Yeah, they're in the $1 bags.
Still good, but that big box we got, I think I told you already. Like the second day after we had them, my daughter found them. We come home somewhere, and she had like 20 of them on the couch, and she was just like M&Ms. I'm like, what are you doing? And she wonders why her stomach always hurts. So. Anyways, well, Brett, we appreciate you taking time out of your schedule, your busy schedule, to chat with us. And I guess we'll see you on the pickleball courts.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, guys. I'm gonna have to listen to. I wanted to listen to Ephraim's Rescue. I thought that was a good movie. I saw you did that podcast.
Whoops! You're not gonna like my review then.
What's that?
You're not gonna like my opinion then.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No.
Oh, I thought it was good.
Well, listen.
Well, you'll like my opinion.
I know. Well, you're related to Ephraim. I did listen to the very first, but I got to finish it.
All right.
So I have to like it by default.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. I'm excited to come check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, Saturday. We'll see you guys both.
He had me at gummies. I love gummies.
I love them too. Like we mentioned, anything with sugar, good chance I'm going to like it. But I do love like gummy worms, gummy bears. I think for Christmas we bought our kids like the 1-pound gummy bears.
Mm.
That was a lot of fun. But the ones he used to, sounds like he still has at the store. It's pretty big. And it would be quite the undertaking to eat. I don't think you'd like gummies all so much if you ate it quickly. For a while after, at least. Yeah, it's a fun little shop. I didn't bring it up with Brett, but I love nuts. I love peanuts. I love cashews, which you're allergic to. I always usually have like a can of nuts open in my kitchen any given time. The one thing I really missed on my mission that they don't have down in Uruguay was peanut butter. And I still love peanut butter.
Me too.
It made me love it even more.
Smooth or crunchy?
I would say most of the time smooth, but I'm not super picky. There's one I found at the MPS store a few months ago, and it's peanut butter with honey mixed into it.
Mm.
And so it's basically putting sugar into your peanut butter. So it's like candy. So it's hard not to just eat it out of the jar. It's just like I said, it's like candy. But it's fun to go into the nut garden. Like he mentioned, he has those peanut butter machines different flavors of peanut butter that you can try, and so you know it's fresh because they grind it up right there in front of you. But he has a variety of stuff, like you mentioned, anywhere from nuts to candy to Built Bars. So if you need a Built Bar, and you're trying to support the BYU football team, go buy some Built Bars.
Yeah.
But when I go in there, I don't buy anything healthy. It's all junk food, and it's a fun sell. It's some cheap candy and some good candy. So, our 12 listeners, if you mind not letting us down, at least a couple of you go say hi to Brett.
Did we catch what time it opens Saturday?
Oh, I was gonna bring that up, ask him what times the sales are, but I think he's a 9 to 5 place. Because I know how we heard about his sale was a few months ago. We were playing pickleball, obviously, on a Saturday morning, and he told us all over by his shop. And he told us all to come in and get some candy in his little cell, and I was like pretty bummed out because I had an appointment to get to, but we stopped in later that afternoon and checked it out, and that's when we fell in love with the place.
I did just check Google, and it says 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock?
So I'd assume it's the same for Saturday. I mean, it says Saturday is 10 o'clock, but I'm sure it's the same hours for the sale.
Yeah, I would suggest if you are interested in the sale, getting there a little early, because obviously the good stuff can go fairly quickly. Not to say he doesn't have other good stuff, but like the popular stuff goes usually pretty quick in the morning. And it's a good place to, I think you kind of mentioned, get some gifts. I mean, Christmas is just right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Or even Halloween candy. Bum,
there you go. You ever got a Utah truffle while out trick-or-treating?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. I think you would be the house to go to.
That candy would 100% be stolen by the parents that night.
Oh, heavens, yes.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go check out the Nut Garden. I'm excited. I do have one other item of business to share. You should go to the Nut Garden on Saturday. Then you should go get some lunch at Ro'o's Chicken and Waffles, which is opening a storefront location now in Midville.
They're opening this weekend?
This weekend. So go check that out. We're definitely big fans of that place. Well, this has been nuts.
I'm not going to miss you.
Thanks for listening to This Is a Place podcast.
See you next week.